Hello, everybody. Welcome to this edition of the Beer Garden. We do have Sha Tin this weekend, and it's a really interesting card. We do have a really long race on the card, and then we also are covering the last race on the card, which is a couple of well, there's some superstar horses in there that we've probably seen before. There's actually a Group One winner in South Africa as well, so really interesting, and of course our best bets and value bets. So we will get right into it here. Charene, you mentioned the weather off the air, so what do we expect as far as that goes?
Yeah, we should be aware of the ground because in these few days, because it comes to the springtime in Hong Kong, so it is very wet here and it keeps raining in these few days. So maybe the ground will be a bit soft on Sunday at Sha Tin. We should be aware of it. But luckily, the turf track in Hong Kong is always in a good condition, so it may not it will not be heavy, I'm sure, but it will be a bit soft. So we should be aware of it.
Yeah, and the soft going, and it did affect Happy Valley and how you played Happy Valley because there was a lot of well, not a lot, but there were some long shots that have won there that seem to have taken the ground well. So all right, let's get into it. Race number 4 is the Shek Yam Handicap 2000 meters. This is one of the longer races at Sha Tin, and we all know that the 2000, I believe, was the Hong Kong Derby distance, correct, Sheree?
Yes, right.
Yeah, so we got the Hong Kong Derby distance. And Sarah, I'm going to let you go first. This is 2,000 meters, class 4 race. Who do we have?
I like the 12 Telecom Cheetah. Jumping from barrier 5, and we got Borges aboard this time. He's jumping to a class 4, so he does get quite a bit of a weight break, which is going to help him out here because this is a really tough race. And he is stretching out. He got his last win, well, really by a dead heat in March at over the 1,800 meter at Happy Valley. So we'll see. He hasn't raced at Sha Tin much, but we'll see how he takes to this track. I just think he's shown some really great tactic when he races. So I think Wagner Borges is just going to get a great ride out of him.
Yeah, Telecom Cheetah looks to have turned a corner because his last start before his win were big long prices, $26, $67, $41, and then comes back to Happy Valley and wins out there on a top weight. So is getting the class upgrade. And Steve, who do we have for race number 4?
I went for number 3, Lucky Diamond. He's drawn wide, Karis Titan on board. He's twice a winner this season, and he's remaining in form, taking his racing well. With the soft ground now, I'm kind of worried about Turquoise Alpha, who I've picked all the time, but a cliff horse for me. Yeah, I think he'll be suited by the softer going. But and also Evie, there's so many horses, isn't there, that you pick on a sort of weekly basis, and they all win when you give them up. But yes, for me, Lucky Diamond, wide drawn 13, but hopefully he can win under Karis Teaton.
Yeah, it's he's had a total of 13 starts, but a first, and a second. So he is up on the class rating to about 56 kilos. And Shireen, who do we have?
I like number 6. I'm sorry, I mean number 2. Number 2, like a perfect Marylaw. He will be jumping from gate 6. And this horse last time out, he was racing in class 4 for the first time, and he showed his competitiveness in this class. Although carrying a top weight, he could still finish close last time out at Happy Valley. And then this time moving to a bigger course, moving to Sha Tin and up in the longer distance, 2,000 meters. He already had the experience over 2,400 meters at Australia before coming to Hong Kong. So I believe Perfect Marilaw's ability over 2,000 meters. Also, this time the gate is better than last time because last time he was jumping from gate 10, and then this time the stall will be 6. And then Black Sheen will be on board. I believe that he can have some good performance over this horse. So I will go for number 2, Perfect Marilot from gate 6.
Yeah, Perfect Marino was in Australia, raced on the all-weather track there at Devonport, which is in Tasmania. So this is one of the only Tasmanian horses that I've seen go to Australia, but he was a winner in the Hobart Tasmanian Derby under a different name. So he does have the 2,000 meters under him in Australia. So they're giving him the step up in trip as well. So I went for number 7, Legion of Merit, with Matthew Chadwick with his last couple starts over the longer distance, but he has had a win at Happy Valley. So we're going to see how he takes to the track. also a second on the all-weather track as well at Sha Tin before. But I think if you give him, he's one of those where he has to time the ride right, because with Matthew Chadwick on boards, where this is his fifth jockey out of the fifth starts that he's had within the season. You have to time his ride right, because in the last race, or his 2,200 meter race at Happy Valley with Karis Teton, he was he was all the way in the back, and then about halfway through the race, then he started taking over. This is big gray horse. You can't miss it. And then he ended up holding everybody off. So Karis Teton made the move. And I think that if Matthew Chadwick could make the correct move and judge the pace right, he does have a chance to be in the finish. So to review our picks here is Sara goes for number 12, Telecom Cheetah. Steve goes for number 3, Lucky Diamond. Charene goes for 2, Perfect Is it 2?
Yeah, 2. Sorry, my mistake.
Oh, okay.
Number 2 from gate
It's okay.
6. Yeah.
Okay. Number 2, Perfect Marinol. And then I go for number 7, Legion of Merit. And now we go on to the 10th race. So the get out of jail stakes, the get out of whatever stakes, to try to get your money back in the last race. This is the Class 3 race, 1,400 meters, locking handicap. And Sara, who do we have?
I took 10, Brilliant Way, just an amazing 3-year-old horse we're seeing. He's coming out of Barrier 4. This is another Borges horse, so hopefully he does me some good at Sha Tin. But we just saw him come off a really great win on March 12th. He is jumping up in class, so he does come in at one of the lightest horses in this field, but he's consistently improving. I mean, only 3 races under his belt, but has done nothing but get better and better and better. So I'm excited to see. I think this is going to be an excellent 3-year-old that we're going to see here at Sha Tin.
Yeah, in his last race, he won by almost a length under Joe Moreira, but Joe Moreira has the mount to that day, or the race day, on Beauty Live, which I've tipped before and then ended up getting second. But yeah, no, only carrying 51 kilos, a first, a second, and a third. So he is a really consistent horse as a 3-year-old career at Happy Valley, or at Sha Tin so far. So Steve, who do we have in this race?
I went for number 2, Circuit Stella. Excuse the sun, by the way, in sunny Edinburgh in Scotland. We're having a lovely, beautiful sunny spell, so it's fantastic for several days now. Number 2, Circuit Stella under Zach Purton, yet to win here, but he's been running well. And also I was tempted with Fantastic Way as well, but to be honest, I couldn't really pick between Fantastic Way and Beauty Live. I thought they both had nice chances, and then I just thought, well, maybe someone will come and spoil the party. And Circuit Stella has run well without winning. He's also drawn in box 1, so has a nice chance under Zach. So for me, Circuit Stella.
Circuit Stella is in form right now. He's had a couple of starts. I mean, he's only been not that far off the leader, about a length and a quarter, a length and a half. So 4-year-old in his career, he's had 3 wins for 4 seconds and 4/3. Drawn really well here. So Charene, who do we have in this race?
In the final race, I agree with Steve. I also like number 2, Circuit Stella, because I just checked his form before coming to Hong Kong. He was racing in Ireland, and he has quite good performance over the poly track and some yielding grounds. So if Sunday the ground at Sha Tin is a bit soft, he will be loving the ground very much. And also just to see that gate 1 will be very ideal for him, because he is always very close in Hong Kong, and he is quite a dynamic one. But jumping from gate 1 on Sunday, I hope that he can stay in the midfield, which will be a better position for him. It is good to see that Zach Purton will be on board, so it is a huge chance for him to break the maiden in Hong Kong. So number 2, Circuit Stella for me.
Yeah, Circuit Stella was a listed winner at Leopardstown in Ireland, getting a first there, and then made his way over to Hong Kong, and he's hit the money. He's bound the money a whole bunch of times. So yeah, with Zach Purton and the good draw, but carrying 60 kilos, I think this would be better suited for him. I actually went with number 1, Kilindini. So Kilindini's ridden by Jerry Chow, who is going to take some weight off of. He's won a grade 1 at Kenilworth, and that was over the 1600 there, and then he's had pretty solid form in South Africa. So we do have a lot of international flavor in this race because we have Ireland as well. But Kilindini, I've seen him run before, so it was kind of interesting to see how he would take Hong Kong, and being a Group 1 winner, you would think maybe he would be really good and talented, but they put him in straight into the class 2, and he hasn't really had that great of a performance until he got to Sha Tin, and then had a 5th place start, but he was about 2.5 lengths off the lead over Crossford. So he's faced a lot of these other 4-year-olds, Fafa, Sunny Star, Telecom Fighters, California Deep Shots. So I think for the price that you might get on Kilindini as one of the top rated horses in the class 3s, I think especially winning a Group 1 in South Africa, I think you might have a little bit of value there. So to recap, race number 10, so Sara goes for a 10 Brilliant Way, Steve goes for 2 Circuit Stellar, Charene is also on number 2 Circuit Stellar, and I'm on number 1 Kilindini. So now we go on to our favorite part of the show, which is our best bets. And Sara, I'm going to let you start. Who is your best bet on the card?
I am going to the opener in race 1, where we have one of our shortest fields of the day. But I'm going to go with number 3, Trust Me. We got Derek back aboard. He's jumping from barrier 3, which is absolutely perfect for this horse. Derek got a win on this horse not that long ago in February, or at least he got a good second in February and a 1st place there by 2 lengths at the 1200 meter distance. So we're dropping back. Last race, really, if you watch it, he couldn't get over the wide gate. He just faded. We really had one of the longest trips of the race coming in so wide. So we'll see him here jumping from that barrier 3, which is just perfect. He's really sharp out of the gate. Should set midfield here. And I think we're going to hopefully see Derek get this horse another victory.
Now, interestingly enough, with Trust Me, if you guys watched Sha Tin last week, Bazinga was a horse that actually won off of his 2nd start and beat one of, I think, the heavy favorite with whoever Zach Purton was riding, but he was about 10 lengths off. So really, really competitive race for even the 1,000 meter race. So this is going to be up the straight. So yeah, that's going to be really interesting to have it kick off on the straight course. And Steve, who do we have as your best bet?
Well, I went to race number 5 and number 5, Kumasi, ridden by Zach Purton. He's drawn 10 of 10. It's not the best of draws, but I try not to think about the draw these days because they win from anywhere. And Kumasi, he's yet to win in 4 starts. He had 4 local starts. Started life in over the 1,000 meters. His last 3 runs have been over the course and distance. I think he's got a nice chance. Kumasi, he's unexposed. I think he's improving. Young, nice 4-year-old, and hopefully Kumasi can get off the mark under Zach in race 5.
Yeah, raced in Australia before and is at some group start. So he was also in the Pago Stakes, excuse me, at Rosehill Gardens, and he's raced over at Queensland 2 and getting a 3rd in the benchmark 72. So yeah, we'll see how Kumasi goes. And Charene, who is your best bet on the card?
Yeah, my best bet will be also ridden by Zach Purton. That will be number 1, Beauty Joy in race 3 in this class 2 over a mile. And I believe that last time our Beauty Joy was just forgivable because he didn't lead, but still he could chase well and finish 3rd behind Cheerful Days and Telecom Fighters, who are both the course and distance expert over Happy Valley. And this time Beauty Joy will be racing at Sha Tin. He is still available. He is still able to make it here because he has some good form to support it here. And this time I think that Zach Purton will be riding him and jumping from gate 6. He will be leading maybe or staying up behind the leaders. And also he just had an eye-catching barrier trial on March 15th. So I believe Beauty Joy is able to bounce back. So race 3, number 1, Beauty Joy will be my best bet.
Yeah, Beauty Joy has also beaten some of the one of the 4-year-olds that was in this Triple Crown run, and that was the Irishman at $4.50 on barrier 2. But look, if you go back a little bit before, he's raced in West Australia and raced really well, has had a 4-win streak until he got to until he got to Hong Kong. So Beauty Joy with Zach Purton, that looks like to be a really good one there. I went for, I think it was race number 8. Yeah, race number 8, the Shek Wai Kok handicap over 1,400 meters, and that is Millennium Falcon number 1. I know we've all been for Millennium Falcon, so I'm going to give him a go this time, but he does have a good yielding win on his last time out. So I think it was the day that it started raining in Hong Kong and everybody was worried about the weather there. And yeah, he ended up getting a win, but now he's going to have to carry the top weight. But with Harry Bentley, especially getting that win last time, he blew by everybody, won by 2 lengths, but then he's currently in form. He hasn't had below a 5th within the last couple races. So I think that Harry Bentley and Millennium Falcon could keep the win streak going here. So to recap our best bet, Sarah goes for race number 1, number 3, Trust Me Up the Straight. Steve goes for number 5, or race number 5, number 5, Kumazi. Charene goes for race number 3, number 1, Beauty Joy. And then my best bet is race number 8 with number 1, Millennium Falcon. And now we're on to our value bets on the card. And hopefully we can make you some money here with some very, very good value prices for Sha Tin. And Sarah, who do we have for your value bet?
I'm coming in at race 7, which is a class 3 over 1,400 meters. And I'm going with the 8, Happy Daily, which I think you're going to get some pretty good value. I think right now in the Australian market, he's looking to be $22. But this horse is coming back to Sha Tin. He tried out Happy Valley, just was awkward, didn't take to Happy Valley at all. But he's had really consistent form at Sha Tin at the 1,400 meter distance. So we're going to see, hopefully going to see him really come back and show that his consistency is still there with the Sha Tin course. He has a really, really strong finishing move that he does. So I'll be interested to see. This is a rather tough field, I feel like, but he's coming out of barrier 6, which is just right for him. So I'm going to take my chances here with that. So that is 8, Happy Daily, and race 7.
Yeah, race number 7 with Happy Daily number 8. He just had a couple wins on a higher weight before he went up to the class. So now he's going to be in a class 3 race. So had a 2-win streak and then a 3rd and then an 8th. So yeah, Happy Valley didn't take too well, but before that, his Sha Tin form's been really good. So yeah, for $21 in the Australian market, looks like to be a good price here. And Steve, who do we have for race or your value bet on the card?
Yeah, I went to race number 9, and that was number 11, 6th Generation, ridden by Blake Shin. I mean, I think the top weight Oriental Smoke looks a likely winner too. 222, its form figures under Zach Purton, but not much value there. But I think 6th Generation is an interesting horse. He's stepping up now to 1,400 meters, and didn't really get much of a chance last time. He was drawn high. Blake Shin dropped him in. And once he came turning in for home, there's no way he could make up that kind of ground. But he's a very nice horse, and drawn 7's a bit nicer this time. So hopefully, I think he might hit the frame at nice odds, 6th Generation.
Yeah, just a 3-year-old getting his 4th career start. Yeah, I mean, sometimes these 3-year-olds could turn a corner, and he's had some decent runs. And his penultimate race, he was only off by a length and a half, and was a 101 shot. So maybe drawn a Betty Barrier, he could have won the race. And then yeah, he hasn't been too far off. So yeah, he's capable of big finish, wouldn't write him off. So yeah, that would be a really big value bet if he could land that one. And Charene, who do we have for your value bet?
And my value bet will be in race 2, number 6, Win 33, because I see that on his last 2 runs, he is performing quite well with the visor. So maybe this gear helps a lot. And also on the recent barrier trial on March 18th, he also had the barrier trial with the visor, and he jumps well and finished well. Hopefully this gear will be helpful. And then he will be ridden by Anton Hamlin on Sunday. And actually Anton won on board this horse last season, so he knows the horse quite well, and it is good to see him riding him again. And this time he will be going up to 1,600 meters. And at the rating of 35, I think that Win 33 can bounce back at the rating of 35. So he will be my value bet number 6 in race 2.
Yeah, Win 33 has raced at Happy Valley too and got a 2nd, so took to Happy Valley pretty good there, and 1,600 meters. So he's going up for a mile. So this is going to be one of his out of all of his like 5 or 6 starts. So he's going to get the step up and trip again. So yeah, if he could get to the finish, I think he'll be hitting the line strongly. And my value bet's in race number 5, and that is number 9, Phoenix Light. So he's won at Morfettville, so another part of Australia. He's won his maiden there, but then as soon as he got to Sha Tin, he was behind Cordyceps 6 and Barrier 10 in the up the straight race, but was way far back. So they're going to give him the step up and trip to the 1200 meters in the class 3. So he's handicapped 53 kilos under Love Conquers All. And I wouldn't underestimate his performance in that maiden. I think that he's going to show a little bit more now that he's got that under his belt, and he could improve on the second start in Sha Tin, especially with barrier number 3. So to recap our value bets, Sara has race number 7, 8 Happy Daily. Steve has race number 9, 11 Sixth Generation. Charene has race number 2, 6 Win 33. And then my value bet is in race number 5, 9 Phoenix Light. So hopefully we get you through the card here. We covered about a majority of the races as far as our best bets and our value bets are concerned here. So yeah, if you're going to play a 6-up or a treble or any of the triple trios or double trios, be sure to keep our horses in mind here. So thank you guys all for watching, and hope you enjoyed the show, and see you at Happy Valley next week. Right? Is it Happy Valley, or we're going to Sha Tin? I think it's the Sha Tin night meeting.
Yes.
It's the Sha Tin night meeting. So yeah, a little bit different, but Sha Tin at night, always fun to see. So thank you everybody for watching.